Alright, making bread. Going to get it's 500 grams, so I'm going to do 200 of white, and then the balance is going to be wheat. 390 grams of water. I want to have about 77% hydration. So now I warm this up a little, about 110 or so. It'll cool off because the house is kind of cool. It's baking hot outside, so I don't know how that's going to interfere with anything, but just go ahead and mix this up, and should only take a couple minutes to get this thing going. So it's 10:30 in the morning. This is held together pretty well. It came together after about 2-3 minutes. It still feels nice and warm. Warmth is our key, not a key, but it's definitely like you need it. So it may be a key, who knows. So that feels good. That came together real nice. That warm water, I think, helps a little bit. So grease bowl, I'm gonna let it sit. It's 10:35 in the morning, so we'll be back in an hour. Make sure it doesn't develop a skin. Like, this is the way I've been doing it now. I feel that this is a real nice way to keep it mixed around pretty well. Put this here, get nice salt. It does develop a skin. I wonder if there's a hole in this. Anyway, maybe I'll put some saran wrap on. Ah, there you go. To introduce, this is moist too. It's not as moist. I did 100 and 100, so 100 grams of flour, 100 grams of water, a little bit more flour, like 4 or 5 more grams, not much. Make it a bit drier, get the big air pockets in it. Had good luck with that. Get your hand wet, because the starter does not like water, so you make your hand wet. It does not stick to your hand, because otherwise it will stick to your hand, and if you let it dry, which you never should unless you really want something to stick. That was 4 minutes of folding, and it's already, the structure is already changing significantly. Still rough, still rips, but that's fine. That's why we're doing it. You have to keep it moving, keep this dough, keep folding, keep moving it, building those gluten strands, making this thing strong, hopefully. It's coming along. So going to be a little more time. I have a stand mixer, but I just like doing it by hand. But if you're to do a stand mixer, I assume it's going to be a lot faster. Not necessarily faster, but less time consuming for you in as much as you just press a button, which I think is fine. I just like doing it by hand. Okay. It's a little more sticky than I like, but walk outside and it's really sticky outside too, and I don't like that either. So I think we're in good shape. It's holding together pretty nice. So let it rest for an hour and we'll be back to start our folds. The hard part of making it all mixed together is over at least. Boy, there's a lot on my hands. I'm gonna take a couple of nice chunks of this stuff off my hand and put it back where it belongs. Also, at this point, you should be able to eat it. It should taste okay. It's not going to taste it's not going to be the most delicious thing you've ever eaten, but it should have flavor, and it shouldn't just taste like flour and water stuck together. So, okay, got some of it off my hands. Don't want it to go down the sink. It's in here. We got everything together. Burp it. We're good. Wait an hour. All right. So this is ready to fold. Looks, it feels nice, has a nice texture to it. The relaxing has really helped because it's not really ripping anymore. It's pretty smooth, which is very nice. It doesn't need much folding. It's already starting to come together pretty well. It's got a nice jiggle to it already, so let it put my folds in it, let it rest for another hour, and we'll be back. All right. So this is ready to fold. Let's see how it looks. It feels nice, has a nice texture to it. The relaxing has really helped because it's not really ripping anymore. It's pretty smooth, which is very nice. It doesn't need much folding. It's already starting to come together pretty well. It's got a nice jiggle to it already, so put my folds in it, let it rest for another hour, and we'll be back. Dry my hands from the soap and water, so get them wet again. This is feeling pretty nice. It's pretty smooth. Folds really well. It's coming along. Has some good elasticity to it, which is important. Feels really nice in the hand. It's only a little bit rough when I pull it, but then when I pull it across, it's relatively smooth. So it's feeling pretty nice. I can feel a few air bubbles here and there, and then some of them pop up through here, which is good. So this is the second fold. I'm going to do one more after this in another hour. And one more fold in. I'm not sure if you're supposed to do this, but I always feel to get a nice stretch. And also, the bowl is greased, but it will stick just a hair, so use that resistance to help fold it over. So leaving it nice and smooth, and it's got a nice jiggle to it, So it's got some tension in it. We're gonna build more tension when we fold. So, well, I mean, so when we shape. These are folds, that's fine. So that's fold number 2 is done. Wait an hour and we'll do the third and final fold. Alright. Third and final fold, got some bubbles up here, it looks nice. Very meta. I'm making a TikTok while making a YouTube video. So, not the first person to do that, but you know. Let's see here. It's got a lot more structure. It was looking a little bit still, what do you call it, scratchy, even after the first fold. But it really, I think it's coming together pretty nicely. It's a bit cool in here because I'm keeping it cool in here because it's boiling hot outside, but we'll get it in the proofing oven in about an hour. So I think that's good. Next step is shaping in an hour. Right. Looks pretty good. That's not tacky. I thought it was going to be tacky. Feels good. So, stretch it out. Comes out really, really nice. Looks good. All right. All right. I'm going to build up some tension. Farted. Alright, so there we go. Gonna cover it and proof it. Alright, everything's looking pretty good. Get my blade. Been sitting in the fridge overnight. Everything should be okay. Ready for the oven? Let's get moving. All right, it's nice and hot. Let me see here. We gotta do 20-minute timer. Feels pretty nice and firm. I think it looks good. Put my slits in it. So now we wait. There's a loaf. Got decent rise to it. The slits rose up pretty well. Feels good. Nice hollow sound. So obviously it's boiling hot, so let it sit. It is, what, 9 in the morning. So let this sit for a few hours, cool off for at least 4, and we'll cut it open and give it a taste. All right. Crumb looks nice. Smells nice. Let me grab the end here. Can't see my sous chef lady down here. You do not want a piece of bread, my friend. She thinks it's steak. I made steak last night. So she probably thinks it's steak. But yeah. Nice. So, sounds good, smells good. Good odor. I mean flavor. Good flavor. Yeah. She ate it, of course. Okay, here we go.